Rasuah tidak termasuk dalam kesalahan hudud.
Corruption is not part of the hudud law.
Dia tak masuk dalam takrif mencuri dan merampak.
It is not defined as stealing and robbery.
Rasuah mengambil harta secara sukarela daripada yang bawa, yang bagi rasuah, yang terima rasuah dengan cara yang salah.
Actually, unlike stealing and robbery, corruption is actually taking of property and wealth voluntarily.
Dia lebih berkait dengan kerajaan, maka dia serah pada kebijaksanaan kerajaan untuk menjatuhkan hukuman.
It is more related to the authority of the government, so it is up to the government to mete out the kind of punishment for corruption.
Adapun mencuri penyakit individu yang melibatkan masyarakat.
For stealing and robbery is actually an individual disease.
Pada pandangan Islam, penyakit yang sangat kronik yang tak boleh diubat melainkan hukum potong tangan.
For Islam, it is basically a chronic disease, a chronic problem, and the punishment is amputation, cutting of hands.
Mengambil harta secara senyap, mengambil harta secara diam tanpa diketahui oleh tuannya.
Basically, in the case of stealing, the wealth or the property is being taken without the knowledge of the owner.
Mengambil hasil titik peluh kerja orang lain.
It is taking away the wealth and property of other people's work.
Sedangkan dia berada, dia mampu hidup tanpa mencuri.
Even though the robber or the thief actually has the ability to work.
Ini penyakit yang sangat besar, sangat berat. Sekiranya seorang individu jasadnya sakit, kalau sakit kencing manis sebagai contohnya, kalau sekiranya doktor berpendapat kalau tak dipotong kaki akan melarat pada nyawa dia, maka dipotong. Maka perlu dipotong kaki. Maka tak ada orang kata doktor zalim.
This is a very huge problem, thieving and robbery. So it needs to be managed effectively. Like the case of people with diabetics, when the doctor said that it's no longer safe for you to maintain your arms or your leg, so it needs to be cut off. Similarly, in the case of hudud, this is a very big, huge disease, so it needs to be cut off from the society.
Ya, kencing manis melibatkan seorang individu. Adapun hudud melibatkan masyarakat. Seorang pencuri, satu kampung, satu bandar hidup dalam keadaan tidak selesa.
Because of the act of one thief, one act of thievery, the whole community becomes unsafe.
Mengikut Islam, tidak ada hukuman yang lain boleh menakutkan. Yang lain tidak berkesan. Contohnya penjara. Kalau di penjara, pencuri ditangkap di penjara, dalam penjara dia makan percuma. Makan percuma, kemudian sekarang penjara ada aircon, lagi selesa. Kemudian dia keluar penjara, dia curi balik. Ini perangai yang tak boleh diubah. Yang pertama. Ya.
First, in Islam, there is no other way for us to basically solve the issue of thievery, stealing and robbery. It is only by the way of hudud. In conventional terms, we may use like the prison terms. Some of the prisons nowadays are already too comfortable for the accused and for the convicted person. So it may not actually provide or instill fear among those who wanted to commit the crime. So hudud is about instilling fear, that fear factor, for them to avoid or for them to not to do stealing and robbery.
Dalam penjara, dia berkawan dengan 10 orang, 50 orang pencuri. Dia berhimpun di penjara, dia boleh buat seminar dalam penjara, boleh buat mesyuarat, boleh tukar fikiran, menambahkan ilmu untuk mencuri lagi.
In prison, I mean, people with the same crime, thieves, they can convene and they can discuss ways and means how to basically do even more heinous crimes. But in Islam, this opportunity is not being given to those who are accused and convicted.
Kalau dia di penjara, siapa jaga anak, isteri dia? Anak isteri akan jadi masalah sosial berikutnya.
If the person convicted is being imprisoned, who's going to take care of the welfare of the wife, of the children? This will then become another social problem for the society, for the nation.
Jangan saudara fikir, oleh kerana hari ini di Malaysia lebih kurang dalam soalan saya di Parlimen beberapa tahun yang lalu, dalam 1 tahun 70,000 kes pencurian. Bukan bermakna bila hudud dilaksanakan 70,000 orang akan dipotong tangan. Banyak-banyaklah tangan yang dipotong. Jangan kita fikir begitu. Apa yang berlaku? Kesan psikologi yang sangat mendalam, menggerunkan, menyebabkan pencuri akan berhenti mencuri.
In recent statistics reveal that there are about 70,000 cases of thievery, robbery in Malaysia. We must not think that all these 70,000, I don't know where 7,000. All this convicted person of thievery will be amputated, their hands will be cut off. It should not be thought as such a way. But in fact, what Islam wanted to propagate is that it is about instilling that element of fear for persons not to commit any crime. That's what the aims of the hudud law.
Bagi keluarga dan orang yang dihukum, sekiranya dia seorang yang kaya, tak boleh dibantu oleh kerajaan. Dia betulkan kehidupan dia sendiri, tak perlu kerajaan bantu. Kalau dia kaya, dia mencuri juga, itu sangat wajar dihukum hudud kepada dia.
If the person who actually committed the crime of stealing came from a wealthy background, the government will definitely not help the person in terms of the welfare after the punishment being meted out. It is something that the person needs to handle himself or herself.
Kalau dia seorang miskin, tak boleh hukum hudud. Saya sebut dalam ceramah saya tadi, sekiranya pendapatan dia tak cukup, maka tak boleh hukum hudud. Terhadap dia kena hukuman ta'zir, dan kerajaan wajib menyediakan pekerjaan. Kalau ada majikan, kerajaan wajib memerintah majikan memberi gaji minima yang cukup untuk dia.
If the person who committed the crime came from a poor background, hudud cannot be implemented. It needs to be brought down to the punishment of ta'zir, a more generic punishment. If the person does not have any work, the government needs to provide or needs to ask the employees to provide him or her with a work with a minimum level of salary.